the issue of how we plan, how we implement, and how we get results. And the most important thing is who is going to be responsible. Earlier in the week, while there was a question being asked, I noted an intervention from the minister responsible for, I think, the Electoral Commission. And this points to, I think, one of the problems we face in the country. Nadasol miharim ken member blowa waria emi tok longol issues blongol where emi involved in wawarian. You've got about 4 different state entities that are responsible for delivering the outcome. And this to me points to the great inefficiency that exists in our system. Some time back I proposed a block grant system and I proposed a separation of responsibilities. And this goes to the heart of what comes down and constitutes what we call the planning framework that is supposed to deliver some of these results. So let's look at the police. The Constitution gives the responsibility for policing only to police, nobody else. Constitution emi tok. Suppose you like, okay, come na amend him kenna, distribute him, kolol gadaman. I just heard the police minister say that there's a responsibility and all gadaman. That's not what the Constitution says. And therein lies the problem. If the responsibility is given to someone, I'm just using the example of policing, but this applies across, it applies to the Electoral Commission, it applies to the discussion that the Honorable Member for Abau and the Honorable Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government just said. The same principle applies. Who is responsible? Some time back, I had an altercation with the good minister responsible for the Electoral Commission. You know, when we were doing the updates of the, and we were asked for the census, the minister responsible for census, ECP provincial government put down 3.4 million to pay for that. The question is, who is responsible for the outcomes? Is it the minister and his NSO team, or is it the ECP provincial government? But we were asked to pay. We were asked to pay. And the good minister stood up there and said that it was our fault. And in fact, many other provincial governments, because we didn't deliver it. But the question is, who was responsible? We just heard from the Minister of Police. Ami tokol sem law and order am heavy blow yumi olgata. Yes, pen yumi sapilim. Pen people sapilim. But the Constitution gives the responsibility to his department. So I want to say here that unless you make someone responsible for the results, nobody is going to be responsible for the results. And that's what we are seeing. We are seeing this across a range of ministries and across a range of responsibilities, Mr. Assistant Speaker. So time you ask him, Minister batok no wrong blo DDA. Time you go to DDA and batok no wrong blo provincial government. So you be pointing finger, you go come, but nobody is actually responsible. Therefore, we are not getting the results and our people are suffering. We have a complete lack of efficiency. Start lantap, nego down lo tamblo. And you hear members complaining today about it. The good member for Minyamia, he was talking about agriculture. And by responsibility, blow side. National government, provincial government, DDA, LLG, or some other authority. And I think the response needs to come from government. The government needs to clarify how it wants these results delivered. Suppose you plan to work blow isipik, okay, lari mi isipik work him, you plan kam na. Investigate him isipik na find him out, mi plan pauli money or mi plan working work good or no gat. Someone should be responsible for the auditing. Now yet, Mrs. Harim des plan discussion namelong, good plan minister blong, local level government na, honorable member blabao. The member for Abau has been in this house for a very long time. He's a very experienced public servant as well. So time let me ask him some question, and it comes from a very deep place. And I think it's pertinent that we take note of it. And more than that, no can just harim tasol, you talk lo parliament na. After we walk out, you miss sigan, na go kage lunch na, everybody goes home. And we don't fix it. Our people are suffering out there. You can go from agriculture to policing to roads to whatever. The problem is not a solution. And here's the thing. I had the Honorable Kerenga Kua raise the question earlier to the Treasurer, I think the other day, about the issue of cutting back on the budget. Stop borrowing. I had the good member for Young Rosausia say that, and the Minister for International Trade. Well, I'm suggesting to this House that if we come up with some efficiency between the different levels of government and who is responsible for delivering the outcomes, then you are going to make some savings. The ECB provincial government delivered a budget to the Treasurer the other day, and the Treasurer asked us, what percentage of your budget is going to the core service delivery objectives of government? Education, health, law and order. Calculation, 88% of the ECB provincial government is going to these three key requirements of the government, 88%. Now, there are other departments who are given 300 million, some are given 400 million, some are given 600 million, and they are supposed to deliver on those same outcomes, not just in ECP, but in every other province. The question is, are they being measured the same way that the ECP provincial government is being measured, or say the Western Highlands provincial government, or say the Central provincial government? Are we measured the same, or not? And is it just Treasury that's doing the checking? What about the others? And I circle back to my original point. Suppose you mean like straight in census. You mean like recording all the man Mary inside long ECP. There's a walk by giving me go long electoral commission or go long NSO or by give him come back lo ECP provincial government na bien. By asking Musaid lo give him result. Will it be the ECP provincial government or will it be NSO? Usaid by giving. If we are going to register people for the LLG elections that's going to come up now, the issue of the electoral roll update, who is going to do it? Is it going to be the electoral commission? Is it going to be the district? Is it going to be the provincial government? Who is going to do it and who do we hold accountable? If we fixed all these things, I put it to this floor that you can reduce in budget blaming and you can reduce in borrowing. Right now we are duplicating these functions everywhere. And here's the other thing. If somebody does not deliver on the promise, like for example, we just said that police are picking up, 800 million this year? ECB provincial government is spending almost 20 million on law and order with no support from the national government. But me talk, thank you also, Mwambla, Deputy Police Commissioner, I go down lo weekend. Na I'm round long ECB, na look how him can help him. And I want to thank the Police Commissioner for that. But more than that, suppose him responsibility belong na mipla pilim pen na mipla tram lo karim heavy. Who is actually responsible? Now suppose police is spending money on law and order, district is spending money on law and order, provincial government is spending money on law and order, and still you mean no straighten. Responsibility by go side. Who do we hold accountable? Do you hold the governor accountable? Because in ECB at the moment, every time there is a law and order problem, I'm Asuablo governor. I mean, no Asuablo police. But the Constitution tells me I'm Waklo police. But who is measured against it? The governor of ECB. So I want to implore the front bench of the government, please, if you're not going to straighten this land, separate him, not talking me blogger. You walk in this la walk, you walk in this la walk, you walk in this la walk, and we will hold you all accountable for the things that you do. No can come to parliament beyond, you blame him over man district, LLG, province. It's not good enough. We need results. Our people need results. And so I ask the front bench, please help us so we can all give you results at our various levels.
I just want to remind the Prime Minister, with former governments, just like myself, he was part of the former government.
Yes.
We need to stop passing the buck and start fixing the problem. Stop blaming former government. Thank you.
Honorable member for
This la packet biscuit, yeah. I mean, editorial. Now I'm 120. Basic arithmetic, 50% increase. You talk average below 5%. 25% inflationary impact over 5 years. But this is a 50% increase.
No.
Almost everything. Thank you.
Governor for ECB.
Thank you. Mr. Deputy Speaker, President Blomi, Nogat Toksabe, Mila Gasimigolo Prime Minister, also American Treasurer. Prime Minister, you're very well aware of the hardship due to the cost of living crisis. Now, I just wanted to demonstrate that in 2019, when we came into government and when you were installed as Prime Minister, Papua New Guineans, the lowest income earners were earning 3 kina 50 an hour, and that equates to 28 kina per day. Even now, 5 years later, our lowest income earners are making 28 kina per day. This tin of fish, which most Papua New Guineans eat every day, low income earner, used to cost 5 kina 50 in 2019. This morning, it's 7 kina 50 in Port Moresby. In other parts of the country, it's more than 7 kina 50. This packet of rice used to cost 4 kina 50. Today, it's 6 kina in Port Moresby. And in other parts of Papua New Guinea, in Pacific, it's up around 7 kina. This packet of noodles used to be 80 toya. It's now 1 kina 20. Some parts, it's a kina 50. This packet of biscuits used to be 80 toya. It's now 1 kina 20 in Port Moresby. This constitutes what most Papua New Guineans eat at dinner time. If you add this up, if they have 2 meals a day, it's already more than the 28 kina that the low-income Papua New Guineans, our people, are making. Or market mama, only sit down over the day, lo table market lol, just to get enough money to buy these very basic items. And you may over the salad. My questions are as follows. Number one, what fiscal initiatives has the government undertaken in the last 5 years to make these items affordable for our people? What initiatives you playing? Kissing finish land. If not, what new initiatives do you have that will make these items affordable? Lol mama blo yumi sa hatok lo table market every day. Lol inap lo buying na pidin. All pigini blol. Our future. If you have no immediate plans, or if you do have plans, could you tell our hardworking mothers sitting on the table market when you expect? Is it end of this year, next year, or the year after? When do you expect that these items will be affordable for our hardworking mother and our low-income earners? Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Deputy.
The Honorable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Me Hamamas Rolong, Governor Blong Pacific, concern me raise him and me concern of this side house too. And so me Hamas good luck question blogger and give me opportunity. Long me reflect. Long when I'm something people are working coming after 10. Mr. Deputy Speaker, talk English question blogger and me asking long inflation, how government he work long banishing inflation or price increase of goods and services. Me must talk clear, Mr. Deputy Speaker, some government, I pass. People like clear long heavy come up. Suppose me talk from up front. Global inflation average, heavy top and top long 7%. Papua New Guinea long running inflation average, heavy stop above long 6%. Marope government running inflation stop underneath long 4%. The last 5 years. So I beg your pardon, stop underneath 5%. We repeat. Last 5 years, inflation underneath long leadership long Pango government na coalition long Mipla. Which Governor Bird, you part longer now, you well giving me offering prime ministership, so you go outside minister. And now minister why of giving Nadla again, but anyway, Nadla story. And so running average long 5 years, we play stop and below 5%. And minimum one. We play clear and sensitive long effect of inflation to our people.
Honorable Prime Minister, we have a point of order. Honorable Governor, point of order.
You start this in a line. Mr.
Honorable Governor, you
Speaker.
talk to the chair,
No, I'm problem so me
not to your colleague member.
Okay, me come out. Sorry. One bell. This la packet biscuit, yeah. I mean, editoya. Now I'm 120. Basic arithmetic, 50% increase. You talk average below 5%. 25% inflationary impact over 5 years. But this is a 50% increase. Almost everything. Thank you.
Honorable Governor, I think the Prime Minister is trying to get to explain your concerns. So, if you can help Prime Minister to continue around, so Prime Minister, continue.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, make clear some upside or sound of mathematics go through now. I'll make a good mathematics work. Me clear some one plus price no biscuit equal me clear. But when you look at the aggregate figure of inflation to the economy, that's the long-term running average. The long-term running average. And I'll come straight to the point. We have not been incognizant to the fact that it is tough times out there. So we are not imbeciles running economy on this. We here, so we understand exactly what is the pain of the little man on the streets. That is why the governor asked, I'm asking, people are working on him. Well, while the actual cost has increased, and I want to admit here that we have an issue with the price control element, and we have already passed instruction for a review, and the Minister, the Honorable Dr. Leland, under his words, we're looking at the price control in a specific manner. But coming to the point, what have we done last 5 years to assist our people? Assist him or legally man Mary, Mila here, Mibla saw some hard time. Now Mibla increasing, for instance, effort level Papua New Guineans paying school fee blow, beginning blow. Nuclear time 2020, COVID-19 come now, Mibla rousing project fee away. So no longer today, Papua New Guinean parents, he paying project fee. No about paying project fee, one time tuition fee. Mibla also trauma go inside. Long halving below school, including higher education loan program, will give you more halving. On top of hackers and testers where some other government start him, Mibla trauma this go inside. Long help him and relieve him, burden, long Papua New Guinean. Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mibla rouse him, Turkish, long over 50,000 small toilets of economy, earning under 20,000 kina. No government before us has lifted the non-tax paid threshold to 20,000. The last was 12,500. The last was 12,500, and the only government lifted from then 7,500 around that benchmark to 12,500. We've lifted it to 17,500 once. We tested that. The burden on our people was still more. We've now entrenched that those who earn under 20,000, and guess what? Those who earn under 20,000 are those who go to the shop and buy tukai, buy the biscuit, buy the tin fish that you personally bring out. I hope you're eating those to yourself. I'll round it to a conclusion. This is a serious question that is constructed to cut doubt in the minds of people that this government is not doing anything on the economy. It sounds as simple as this, but the dubiousness of this and the structure of the question is meant to go right in the heart of the minds of our people that we have not been waiting. Far from that. We have given incentive to our people.
Order. Opposition members, order. Let the Prime Minister respond to the question.
And so we've lifted the non-tax paying threshold so that Papua New Guineans are assisted, especially the toilets of economy, only assisted, and they take in the effect of lifting non-tax paying threshold to 20,000 means Papua New Guinean family who was earning below the threshold takes home at least additional 60 kina back home with him or her. I want to also say that we have trialed lifting GST of essential household items. Lifting GST of essential household items. Me like talking country, this is something that we want to seriously do. We have now invested money to IRC for the first time, and IRC is now in the middle of purchasing a system that is flexible enough for them so that when our people are struggling in hard times like this, we could simply remove 10% from essential household items like long time best for controlling price. I'm all right. Then opposition you can write lo talk. But I am yet to see and hear and read from them on a practical step they will do to reduce inflation in our country. Going forward,
Point of order, Honorable Governor, what's your point of order?
There is a reason the people of Papua New Guinea pay him the largest amount of money of any member of parliament.
Yeah.
There is a reason. He cannot pass the buck to the opposition when he controls all of the levers of state. Not walk and blame him. You know, opposition. You have the solution. Show him. Not can blame him, opposition, nothing. Do the job that the people are paying you for.
Yes.
Honorable Governor, your point of order is like you putting up a debate on the statement that Prime Minister is raising to Prime Minister, you still have, Prime Minister, we have another point of order. The Honorable Member Blo Yalibu Pangia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, bigla tumas badligi. Open phone to talk about governor. Governor, you know, asking rate law, inflation law, world or global inflation or Papua New Guinea inflation. I'm asking, price will kaka na something like that. Now, pay on Monday work of sin, and it's still down to me. We expecting Prime Minister, talking this honorable house in our country, why the price controlling mechanisms are not in place? Where is the price control at these days? Now I'm asking question where the physical incentives and Prime Minister not also linked, okay? And put in place. What are those physical incentives that he has put in place to help the businesses in the country, especially the manufacturing industry, who provide some of the biggest job employment opportunities in the country?
Honorable, I'll allow the Prime Minister to respond to the question.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, it's interesting that some was a borderline between dementia. It wasn't too long we were in government. And it baffles me that someone who had the authority to be in government asking important questions. Mr. Deputy Speaker, on record, the last time minimum wages board said was 2014. Incomplete. The 350, the governor of East Civic race was already established in 2014. No review has been done. The new labor minister has now set and complete the review very soon. Very soon, an adjustment to the minimum wage will be announced to our country. I was coming to my conclusion, and our friends on the other side wants to lecture me. And I don't take advice from the opposite. I take advice.
Order.
Order. Mr. Speaker, I ask simply because they need to pronounce the alternate to the country. For me, but for them. You want to run country, you have to have the alternate established. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I'll bring this to a conclusion.
We have a point of order. Member of P7.
I just want to remind the Prime Minister, when he refers to former governments, just like myself, he was part of the former government.
Yes.
We need to stop passing the buck and start fixing the problem. Stop blaming former governments. Thank you.
Honorable Member for P7, allow the Prime Minister. Prime Minister,
all right,
you have taken up some minutes. I know the importance of this question. We still have only a few times, so I will ask you to wind up your answer to the question.
All right. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I mean like to sorry not taking plenty time. So good luck question, Governor, you asking. I mean, no, wrong question. Price Iguanta, you may get a feeling pen. And so, me play no sit down nothing to. Time me play give more school fee help him. Me play not time to adjust him system IRC so that he got flexibility. Anytime government can browse him takis long essential or household item. Me play also try long 2020 me put in freight support. Me play think him slot time me give him support lo ship. Lo carry cargo from Lake come long. Come lo Portmosby lo help him. Garden Kaikai instead of Kaikai where you may importing from outside. So this la freight support, let me start finish. Me like get meeting was start stop when me come up, but when look more like this plus strong. People revisit him now, minimum wages board. Minister, me like commending minister, the Honorable Kesi Song, and we sit down, go inside, and we bring in triple party together finish. Only sit down, revisit him. It's like 3 50 rate, long or lick man Mary. That's whatever, beginning of lick pay man Mary.